world, Max Verstappen is undoubtedly one of the most well-known figures in motorsport and has emerged as one of his generation's biggest Formula One drivers. But how did Verstappen get to the top of the sport? In this video, we will be looking at 10 unbelievable secrets about everyone's favorite F1 racer. So clearly, you do not want to miss out on this. Verstappen is Belgium born, but races under the Dutch flag. Verstappen was born in Hasselt, Belgium in 1997. Even though Max resided in Bray, Belgium, he still claimed to have been surrounded mainly by Dutch people and spent much time with his dad, who is Dutch. Verstappen says he feels more Dutch, and that is why today Max races under this country's flag. In 2016, Max Verstappen became the first ever Dutch Formula One Grand Prix winner. Verstappen was involved in many Belgium-based racing events when growing up, and whenever he races in Belgium, he still manages to get support from his fans. For the first time in 36 years, in 2021, F1 returned to the Netherlands at the Zandvoort circuit. It was filled with fans wearing orange to show Verstappen support, and Max didn't let his fans down. Verstappen was able to comfortably beat Lewis Hamilton, who finished P2. He became an F1 racer before he got his driver's license. The AlphaTauri team signed Max Verstappen in 2014 when he was 16, which made it illegal for the F1 driver to drive in Belgium at that time. Verstappen said in a video on Formula One's YouTube channel, "I signed with Toro Rosso and got the Clio RS at home, but I still did not have my driving license yet, so it was just standing around a bit." Verstappen's F1 debut then came in March 2015 when he was 17, but he did not have his license yet. Max Verstappen told Red Bull that he had trouble with his driving instructor and that he was prepared to bribe him if needed. Now, thanks to Max, drivers now have to be at least 18 to compete in F1, a rule which is now known as the Verstappen rule. His family has a background in F1. Jos Verstappen, Max's dad, is a former racing driver who competed in Formula One as well as the Le Mans series. Long before Max stepped on the scene, Jos Verstappen was considered the most successful Dutch F1 driver, but his son had already stolen that part of his legacy. At the same time, Max's mother, Sophia Kumpen, also has a racing background. She made her debut in the Formula A World Championship aged 16 and finished 9th. Max's mother competed against Christian Horner, who is the current Red Bull Racing Team principal, and even Jenson Button, who is the former F1 champion in her karting years. He is the youngest F1 driver ever. It's not every day a F1 racer hops in a new car and wins just like Max Verstappen did in his Spanish Grand Prix debut for the Red Bull Formula One team in 2016. Most racers first struggle to adapt to new Formula One cars. However, this maiden win for Max Verstappen came when he was only 18 years and 228 days. Verstappen had joined Formula One just the previous year, age 17, making him the youngest F1 driver, and was collaborating with Carlos Sainz Jr. at Toro Rosso, an Italian-based Red Bull Junior team at the time. He was considered controversial in the beginning. It's no secret that Verstappen is somewhat a very aggressive racer who never gives up easily on the track. As a beginner in F1, he got involved in unnecessary crashes with other F1 racers. In 2018, he had been in incidents constantly, which put his driving under danger. This is one thing that is stuck in most fans and still haunts Verstappen to this day. But it rarely happens now, as Max has improved a lot. All in all, Verstappen is one of the most unlucky F1 racers and has retired more times in his 7-season career, which is 28 times, than Lewis Hamilton has in his entire career, which is 26 times. His father helped him to never give up. Jos Verstappen has played a pivotal role in Max's F1 racing career, starting him in karting when he was 4 years old. By the age of 7, Max was already racing and winning. Over 10 years, he even drove up to 100,000 kilometers per year with his father to stay on track. Even though the young driver loved what he did, Jos Verstappen had to teach him some lessons the hard way. In 2020, in an interview with ex-driver David Coulthard, Max Verstappen recalled a story from the PFI World Championship when he was young. He said, "I was driving like a potato, so his dad struck him in the helmet. His father said, 'What are you doing? We are here. It's the World Championship, and I think we can win it.' Then Max said, 'If you don't drive normally, we go home. I pack up everything,' mimicking his father at the time. Verstappen went on to win the tournament. He loves FIFA. Probably one of Max Verstappen's favorite pastimes is playing video games, and he's one of the best FIFA players in the world. The F1 driver, who went by the online gamertag CRGBoy007, also was ranked 21st worldwide in the FIFA Ultimate Team level in early 2019, reaching 31st in the world in 2018. The legendary F1 racer has also played against Lando Norris, who is another F1 driver and video game lover. And Verstappen even has his own channel on Twitch, beating Lando in all 3 matches they played. Red Bull racing boss Christian Horner revealed that Max Verstappen racked up 14 hours of gaming during the 2021 US GP weekend. He said, "There's probably quite a lot you don't know about Max. He has probably done about 14 hours of FIFA football this weekend while he has been here. He has made Hamilton up his game. As Max Verstappen seemingly improves with every GP, Mercedes Hamilton is clearly upping his game. Albon said Lewis has a proper title fight on his hands, which he hasn't had before. You can see him going to the simulator much more now. Mercedes had to go into second gear and focus on the championship more than they had before. It is Hamilton who has had to look for the bit extra rather than Verstappen. There is a lot of respect between them, but Verstappen is unfazed by the whole situation. Verstappen had to Google his name to get into a circuit. As we know, Max Verstappen is currently competing with Hamilton for the F1 World Championship, and it sounds pretty unlikely that someone would not be able to recognize him. In 2018, at the Singapore GP, Verstappen recalled how he once had to Google his own name and find a picture of himself to get the security guard to let him through, as he had forgotten his pass. Max said, "I was not allowed to run on the track because I did not have my pass, so then I showed myself on Google like, I'm the driver, I want to get on the track." Max Verstappen has the most wins in F1 without a WDC title. Max Verstappen is no doubt a top driver. However, his period in F1 coincided with Lewis Hamilton, along with the Mercedes-AMG Petronas team being at the top of their games. And this is why, despite participating in 132 Grand Prix events, along with winning 17 of them as well as getting 52 podiums and 1,386.5 points, he does not have the WDC title yet. Max Verstappen is top on the drivers list with the most wins that have never been crowned Formula 1 champions. Moreover, Max Verstappen got this dubious accolade after his recent 2021 Dutch Grand Prix win, and luckily, he has a chance to undo it as early as 2021, as he is only 23 years old. Well guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed today's video, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be up to date with the most exciting F1 content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.